Hello, everyone, and welcome to the DAWG podcast.
Let's go. Episode 8. 2 months.
Cheers.
2
Almost.
months.
Almost.
Getting there. So, Truman, Superbowl happened this weekend, and the Chiefs won, and the game was rigged. It's so rigged. Blah, 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 whatever.
What I think is, I think it was a good game. One for the ages. Am I happy the Chiefs won? No, not really.
Why? Why do you not want the Chiefs to win? Why?
I don't
why
like
the
Travis
Eagles?
Kelce.
Why? What do you have against Travis Kelce?
He's too stuck up. Don't like
He's
it.
one of the most likable dudes in the NFL.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't? What has he done to make you mad?
What does he do after the games? When he screams, you got to fight for your right to party. I think that's just dumb.
It's
He did hit one of the coldest stanky legs I've ever seen. But
at the Sally, yeah.
Still, I don't know. There's just something about him. Throws me off.
Which mad respect to the Eagles players because they took that loss very well in their interviews. They were very humble about it. Jacob, turn this freaking filter off, dude. When did it switch to my head? Hold up, I gotta change this. Because for some reason, Jacob thought it would be a good idea. Put a stupid ass hat on my head. Bro. All right, wait. Continue.
I said the halftime show.
It was mid.
Yeah.
One of the most mid halftime shows I've seen. I really thought that Kanye was gonna come out, or who was the other one? I don't know. I was watching with a bunch of my buddies, and when Under the Lights came on, they were all yelling, Kanye, Kanye, where's Kanye? But I thought that was hilarious. And then, I mean, I guess props to Rihanna, because
the fact that you said all the lights is just hilarious because people have been feuding about that on Twitter about like, oh, the best part was all the lights, and it's not even a Rihanna song. Like, God. Or which you don't actually pronounce Rihanna like Rihanna, right?
it's Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Why doesn't she make a public statement about it?
Because it just doesn't matter that much, I guess.
I mean, if she doesn't really care, then I'm not gonna care.
What the fuck?
I mean,
You like some giant Rihanna stan?
no,
I
I'm just
know,
saying,
but
like, if I'm mispronouncing her name and she's not correcting me on it, I'm not gonna care enough to start.
well, I don't think she's ever gonna correct you on pronouncing her name wrong.
I'm saying the general public.
Yeah, the one who actually pronounced it right was Jenna Ortega like a couple months ago. And that's why everyone's like, oh my God. So did you guys hear, like, how much do you guys know about the Michigan State University shooting that just happened?
I had my professor this morning, his daughter goes there. So he said it was like 4 dead, 5 critically injured.
3 dead.
No, there's 4 dead when I got it.
Is that including the shooter?
Yeah,
Probably,
including the shooter. So 4 dead, like 5 critically injured, then like 11 injured or something like that.
The gunman was a 43-year-old man named Anthony McRae, and he started shooting at 8:30 on Monday. And it said that the shooting happened the day before the 5th anniversary of Parkland, Florida, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But he killed 3 individuals, college students. Imagine going to your class or going back home after a long day and having to deal with an actual gunman, like on college. Because when you think of this, when you think of shootings, you really just think of like high schools. I mean, even it's sad to think now, but even think of like elementary schools was what recently has been happening, but you don't think of colleges.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not really.
But what's really interesting is that I read a article by the Washington Post, and it talks about how there's a ton of victims, whether they be injured or killed, or I mean, even the gunmen, because even though they initiated this stuff, are they not victims in their own right?
Talking about like the gunman as
Yeah,
a victim
yeah.
of what?
I mean, I don't want to sound cringe, but like of societal norms and stuff of their nature, of their environment, Because I mean, you don't like wake up with this innate, I don't know, hobby to want to kill people.
Well, speak for yourself.
Facts.
You're about to get put on a watch list, buddy.
Yeah, but I think they throw
Get
that
there.
out the window the moment they decide to shoot people that have um no reason to be shot.
No, I
Like,
completely agree. I just mean like, of course, they have issues wrong too, and like we talked about before on this podcast with gun violence, they focus primarily on the people that were killed by the gunman and not what led the gunman to have these actions or like to think this way. And I feel like we miss a really critical, like, I don't know. We miss a big part of the shooting when we don't talk about all the people including the gunman.
Yeah.
right. I don't think that the gunman should be shown remorse, but I do think it's
Mm,
important to talk about his motives up to that point, but it gets hard to understand that whenever they're all just killing themselves right after they do it. And they don't really leave a trail behind or that much of a trail behind.
yeah. Um, so there are two authors to this article, and they said that they tallied up every how many children in the US have endured a shooting through K through 12 since 1999, and they published their findings in 2018 with more than 187,000 children being affected by a shooting. All right?
Being affected by a shooting?
Yes, they had endured it. So they were like in the school while a shooting happened.
Okay.
Fast forward to 2023, 338,000. So numbers have almost doubled in the last 5 years, and we are continuing to do basically nothing about it. But what I really like about this article is that we don't talk about the invisible victims, right? So we don't talk about the parents that were affected. We don't talk about the faculty that were affected. We don't talk about the people that were friends of the people who were killed. And we really only talk about like the ones who were injured. And there's a ton of stories in here about kids having PTSD from seeing their best friends get shot. And I mean, school shootings are rare, but like comparing it to other countries, it's a lot higher than it should be.
I completely agree with that. It's hard to find a solution when you have people in this country who they just like to argue. They don't really they're not they're just arguing against the person. They're not really looking for a solution to the problem.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the problems social media, honestly.
I think a big thing with the spike in the last 5 years was COVID and
Well,
lockdown.
well, that's a crazy thing too, because you think about that, we didn't really have school at all for a year, and yet the
Right.
numbers were still, I don't know, exceeding 2 to 3 times what they should have been.
Yeah, kind of interests me because, like, I don't know. I don't want to say, obviously, I want like a school shooting to happen in another country, but like if something were to happen in Belgium, it kind of makes
Right
me
now.
well, it kind of makes me wonder, like, what steps would the Belgian government take towards preventing that?
Like,
He makes being a human look bad.
yeah, it's just not someone I want to be like, oh yeah, I can support him because he's a Republican. I
Yeah.
like his views. It's like no,
Kind of like Kanye.
no, I don't know, but
Did you guys see the interview Andrew Callahan did with him?
Kanye
The one is that the one where he
No.
walked out?
or
Yeah,
Alex
Joe
Jones?
Rogan. The one where
Oh.
like Joe Rogan just keeps going, I did it. I killed those kids. And like just keeps on spewing stuff like that. Just
What?
straight up says he kills the
No,
kids.
you mean Alex Jones, not Joe Rogan?
I
Joe
say Joe
Rogan.
Rogan?
Yeah, he did.
yeah.
I don't remember.
I was trying to follow your story, and I'm just like, this is not
Yeah.
making any sense at all.
No, and then his like producers like, no, we can't. That can't run. We can't be saying that. He's like, no, no, no. I killed those kids. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, he was like, we shouldn't be saying that stuff. And he's like, I don't care. I killed those kids. And he still like has his mic on so you can hear the entire conversation. It's like, dude is going off the rails even more than he was.
I
Freaking
do
nuts.
I do have a question for you guys. This article is really great. I might even link it in the description for this one. But so 96% of all school shooters are male, all right? The overwhelming majority show no signs of debilitating mental illnesses. So that means the main demographic for school shooters are white 16-year-old males who use a single handgun 80% of the time, and they normally get their weapons from the public, which means that they get it more so from the homes of their friends, relatives, or parents instead of like the black market. So I know we never say to ban all guns, but do you think there's a step we could take to solve this?
But then again, you're just talking about mass shootings. Mass shootings don't even make up.
No, I'm talking about school shootings.
Okay,
I think we need to put fingerprint sensors on the triggers.
but it gets dicey because amount of deaths caused by school shootings are not even close to the actual total number of deaths from guns in the United States.
I know, but that shouldn't matter. I mean, think if you were an adult, you had your kid going to, I don't know, kindergarten, and his kindergarten gets shot up. Would you still want guns as accessible as they are now?
Yes, I think teachers need to be allowed the right to carry.
I disagree.
Oh,
No,
I
I think they
disagree with
do.
that.
I disagree.
We talked
think
about
there-
that. Go ahead. You're good.
I think one solution would be increased security at schools, but then you get to the
Too
problem
much
of
money.
how are you going to fund this? But I don't know. There has to be places in the government we could take fucking money from and put it towards school safety. Because I don't see personally. I don't see any other way to prevent it. I don't know. I maybe we should promote parents teaching kids about gun safety, or promote parents locking their guns up more so they're not accessible to the kid, or have parents actually talk to their kid about like, hey, this is a thing, and I'm not saying that you're going to go and shoot up a school, but if you ever have those types of thoughts or anything like that, come talk to me. You know what I mean? I feel like
Yeah.
it's a big problem and big gap between the child and then the parents of that child, or the parents of that shooter.
Yeah, I could see that. Because there's I don't know, there's a big thing. I feel like we always talk about how men are supposed to be masculine and stuff, but from what I've seen on the internet, like guys who are vulnerable, they're often made fun of on like TikTok and crap. Like have you seen stuff like that, or like DMs being leaked, or like or women posting like use his vulnerabilities against him?
Yeah,
I would say women could be a big problem for a lot of these
you can't
school shootings.
you can't trust women.
Like
You can't trust him.
Okay, this is gonna sound
Wait,
like
whoa. Jacob,
what?
careful of what you're gonna say.
I don't fucking care.
Because it sounds bad.
I'm gonna say this is gonna sound sexist.
Okay.
But like a lot of women that are like when you're in your teenage years, they're gonna be manipulative to like other dudes, and that's gonna really mess with someone, and it's gonna make them want to be accepted more into like their friend group. And then if their friends hear about what happened, then they're gonna make fun of him, like stuff like that. It's just gonna be
Yeah.
like a downward spiral.
No, I agree with that. I talked to a girl a month or two ago that goes to that's at IU, and she has a friend at Purdue, and they always go to parties, and they'll talk about how her Purdue friend will basically just manipulate guys and mess with them for a little bit and then move on to the next guy. And my biggest thing is like, wasn't that really disrespectful to the guy? Like, don't you think that that's mentally changing him, that you're gonna leave this guy on for a week or two and be like there every second and then ghost him entirely and just disrespect like I don't know 10-20 guys at this point so far, and
it's
they
like
they don't think about that. Yeah,
completely destroy their confidence.
yeah,
Like it's fucked up because it happens so often, especially at our age. Like that's trying to actually talk to a girl and trying to see if they're actually interested in you is one of the hardest things to do.
Trust me, I know.
Jacob knows.
Jacob's got big muscles and everything. He's got everything a girl wants, and it's still tough.
I don't know. My solution to that is I honestly don't care about anything anymore. Women wise, no. Like women wise, like
That's not the good way to put
I don't
that.
know. Like whatever. All right, move on. Drop. Move on to the next. That's where we're at right now.
And then we cause a bigger problem.
Well, yeah, but then you're doing exactly what women are doing too, and it's not making the issue better. And
no. I'm saying like if like I'm talking to a girl and then they lead me on for this long, I'm not gonna care. They're gonna be like, oh, I can't do this anymore. It's like, okay, drop. Let's go to the next one and see if she's interested.
Of course, we're not talking about every woman, but with social media and stuff, you really do see it a lot more.
Feminism.
With women just using men and then saying how they're powerful, independent women about it and bragging about it, rather than like saying, hey, I might have just manipulated a man into doing this. Like, there are no consequences for me for it.
It's one of the things that pisses me off the most is seeing shit like that, because they're so
they're not very smart in handling mature things very often.
Before we go on, I do want to talk about
talk to women.
No, I think at least in our age demographic, I think most men are ready for a stable relationship while women just simply aren't. I think it's just, I don't know. I think that's just how it is.
So today at the dining hall, we sat down, ate our food. I was like, oh, I want some yogurt. Went up to go get some yogurt. And this girl had a salad with lettuce, eggs, like turkey and cheese. She was putting heaping spoonfuls of vanilla yogurt on top of her salad. Like 4 heaping spoonfuls of vanilla yogurt.
She was foreign, right?
She was foreign.
I don't know
if she thought it was ranch, but like you'd think you'd be able to tell by the giant yogurt spoon that they have. But I don't. It just I was watching her like, do I tell her that this is yogurt or does she know that it's yogurt?
I just wanted to like follow her to her seat just to see like her reaction of what like when she ate it. I don't know.
Dude, yogurt and lettuce makes. Dude,
how about yogurt and eggs? What are you talking about? That's 10 times worse.
Cheese, turkey.
Those are the yogurt granola bowls you should be making in the morning, dog.
Dude,
that's disgusting.
It was. I didn't know what to do because she got one. I'm like, okay. But she got another, and then she got another, and then she got another. And I'm like, wow, this is something right here.
Oh, hey, quick question about dining hall stuff. For first year students, do you guys have to pay for a meal plan? Like, do you have to? Okay, what
Well,
is
No, you don't have to.
only
you
if
don't
you
have
live,
to?
if you live in the Purdue like housing, you do.
Yeah.
You have
They
to if you live in the Purdue
yeah
housing. Okay.
yeah
For like first year students, we have to live on campus, but additionally, we have to buy the meal plan, like one of the variations. What is do you guys have 3 types of meal plans?
we have 4.
What's
No, we
the
have 3.
No,
cheapest
we
and
have
what's
4.
the most expensive? Like money
Um,
wise.
yeah, we have 5 different ones.
Well, it depends. Yeah.
What's
5,000 for
13 meal plans. Like I'd say the classic middle of the road is 13 meals a week plus 450 dining dollars, which are like dollars you can use at like
mhm.
the grocery stores and stuff on campus. And that's 4,500. And then the most expensive one is a 21 meal plan a week with $500 a year, and that's 5,400.
Do you guys so you guys don't do a buffet style, do you?
No, we do.
That's weird that you guys still have like you can only scan so many times because like
Yeah, I
um
know.
where like they have ice cream dispensers at all of the dining halls, right? But like for the first couple of months, like one would break down in one of them, so we would have to run to like all the way to the other side of campus to see if another one, like another dining hall had it open. And the great thing about ours is that like it doesn't matter what meal plan you have, as long as you have like a 7-day meal plan, you have unlimited swipes. So you can
Yeah.
like go in and out of every single one every day.
Yeah, I think it's more because Purdue wants their money.
Well, yeah, but you guys
But
offer like more money in dining dollars. Cause like mine, I have the middle of the road, which is like 4,500. I get $250 per semester.
yeah, that's what we get.
But
Yeah. Well, we
Yeah,
get
he just said
225 per
his
semester.
like every year.
Yeah, we have
So
450
that's
a year.
2 semesters worth.
Yeah. But
oh, mine's
how
per semester. So I get
yeah,
250 per semester.
yeah, we get 225 per semester.
Okay.
But how like marked up are your prices on like the like stores and stuff that you can use
De-
your dining dollars in?
it depends. Like, normally most of the
Because
items I buy are like $5 each. So I don't
like
know.
what do
Maybe
you
for like
usually like get?
like a can of Pringles is like maybe $3 or $4, but I don't know how
Okay.
much they normally are.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, because me and Alex get like like monsters and rains and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a store at the bottom of our in the basement of our dorm, and
Yeah.
it's like $3.50 for a monster, and they're usually like 225 at a
Mm-hmm.
gas station. So like they're marked up pretty heavily. But can you use your meal swipes at like restaurants on campus too?
Um, what do you classify as restaurants? Like a
Well, like
Chick-fil-A on campus?
we have like a Chick-fil-A and a what is it? Oh, I can't think of it. It's a sub place.
Jersey
I
Mike's.
Yeah, Jersey Mike's.
I don't think so. Um, I think they used to do that, but we technically don't really have like any restaurants on campus. We have a ton, like literally like the street over. Like I can like look at a Subway right now, but I don't think they accept like dining dollars or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can get like it's a you can get a lot. I think they cap it's like $15 for a meal swipe at one of those places. So you can get like a whole meal.
Oh yeah.
So it's pretty nice.
Chat GPT. How is everyone's opinions on it? Because I'm starting to do research on it because for my
It,
business honors thing, I have to write a 500-word essay about it if it's good or
yeah.
not.
It's not that good because it has a certain algorithm where you can use another website and it breaks it apart because our professor for my SCLA class he did like when it first came out, he started using it with the other professors, and basically they have a website that they can use, and they plug your document into it, and they get like basically like the skeleton of it, and it can tell if it's from ChatGPT or some type of like AI generated essay writer.
I have used it for my stats class, and because I just want to see like how it worked.
Yeah.
And I copied and pasted the questions in, and the answer that it gave me, it uses a correct formula for what I was trying to find, but the final answer was wrong. It was like always a little bit higher or a little bit lower. So I don't know if it's like with the math part of it, if it rounds too early in the equation
Yeah.
or what, but it was never like the exact correct answer. It was always a little higher, a little low than the actual answer. But it had the right formula, so I just thought that was really strange.
Yeah. Which now I have to say something else too after this. But I like that it's not as smart as a lot of people are thinking it is, because when you actually read into it, it can do like basically middle and some high school stuff. But when you get into some bigger concepts, like if it's applying stuff, it's really hard. But if you're asking it like higher level medical terms, it's gonna get it right because it's just terminology. And so I don't know why people are really flipping out about it. And like Jacob said, there are already programs that can detect if it's written by AI or not. So maybe in the future, because now what is it? Google is making their own AI to make it into a search engine. Have you guys seen that?
Oh yeah, Bing.
I saw.
I think Bing is like incorporating ChatGPT into their search engine or something.
Yeah, so and that's Microsoft, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, so for Google to rival them, they pulled like everyone together that they could and said like this is what we're doing, and they had a press conference about it, and they actually lost the phone that had the beta AI that they were using, and then
Jesus.
when they were answering questions, it got some of the questions wrong too. And throughout the video, if you look up like a comparison of their stock price, Google stock price, if this happened, you can just see it go down and down and down and down. Dude, it was hilarious. I'm like, Google is killing themselves right now.
I do like the concept though, because it basically does the work for you with finding information. Like obviously I could type that question into a search engine, but I'm not going to get exactly what I'm looking for. So the concept's definitely there. I just don't think it's where it needs
Where it needs to be.
yeah.
I will say it is good. Like you can make a meal plan on there. Like you can do meal plans and stuff, and it'll shoot out a lot of information, and it'll be like really useful for that. But not I wouldn't say use it for a college professor like writing an essay or a summary of something you need to write about.
And I think what schools are also getting wrong is that they're worried about kids using this for homework. But with college exams and stuff, it doesn't matter if you cheat on the homework anyways. You're still going to be screwed for the exams. And a lot of it for like, oh, write this essay or whatever, they can either detect that it's false, or when you have to do AP exams in high school, you're screwed then too, because you have to write it on paper.
Yeah.
So I think it could really be used as like a study tool and nothing more. It's like a more advanced math way or something.
Exactly.
I feel I I think AI is going to become an issue in the next 10 years for the world as a whole. I think it's going to be a big issue with everyone because I think it's going to be a way for different countries and different people that when you don't want them to see something and they're trying to hide something, they're going to be able to find it through AI sources.
Yeah,
So you think it's going to be like a national
I think
security risk?
Yeah, I think it's going to be more like it's going to be a lot easier to spy through cyber like networking and stuff, and like hackers are it's gonna be much easier for them to like get stuff that they want to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. What? Sorry, my thing just completely clicked out. If AI is going to be a big thing, which it will be, instead of worrying about it now and trying to reject it, I think no matter what, we have to embrace it and find ways to, quote, combat it and also use it to our advantage rather than making our kids dumber, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like how calculators were 30 years ago, and they're like, oh, you're not going to have a calculator in the back of your pocket all the time.
Right.
And now we do. And just because we don't understand some of the proofs for some calculations we do doesn't mean we're really any dumber.
Yeah.
Like if anything, we can do these equations faster and we can understand them better.
Exactly. And then this is a kind of quick side note. I just thought this was interesting. Did you hear about there's this whole like I don't know if it's like a cult or whatever, but they're basically building this AI humanoid thing that's supposed to be
I did hear about
supposed to be
this.
like really powerful, and they're gonna program it to kill anyone that is not supporting, like didn't help build it or like help pay money to support to building it.
What?
Yeah, it was some big thing, and like it's freaking all these people out, and now they're like paying this group of people to help build this AI. So, um, because they think this AI is going to be programmed to kill anyone who didn't help make it.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it, but look it up. It's actually really interesting.
I mean, even Elon Musk said that AI is going to be a problem. Like, because they're like, if it does get turned, like everybody thinks it's going to get turned into like taking over the world or whatever, it's not going to feel emotion. So you're just kind of screwed if it does try and like turn and become, what's the word? Self-conscious of itself.
But that's like the plot to every
Yeah, every fucking
where robots take over the world. It's like always at the end of the movie they start to feel emotion and then they become weak.
Yeah.
So moral of the story is we should not feel any pain ever. Just don't feel emotions.
No, never.
Or be strong.
Breaking news, guys. Sorry. Joining Eternals, Quantum Mania, which is a third Ant-Man movie, has become the second MCU movie to receive a rotten critical rating. Has a 53% with 130 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Holy shit.
Which
That's
isn't a credible anything. But yeah, I don't think the movie looks good. I'm not gonna go watch it. Are any of you guys gonna go watch it? This is like the first
No.
MCU movie I'm skipping in the theaters, which is crazy to think about.
How can you live with yourself, Caden? Are you
It's
not
gotta be tough.
disappointed in yourself?
I know. I might just have to end it.
Damn, man. I wanted that movie to be good. I like the like multiverse crap, like Kang the Conqueror. I think he's cool.
Yeah, well,
Although they did have like one of the coolest freaking villains in the Thor movie and just completely botched it.
Yeah, they really called in Christian Bale and said, "Hey, can you be in the movie for 5 seconds and just be comedic relief?" Like, dude, the God Butcherer, and he kills one dude in the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like they should make a movie about the God Butcher itself, because there's so much you can do with that.
I think
Like
that's something Marvel should dabble in, like just making solo movies with the villains. I think that'd be sick. Like they kind of Loki's
Kinda
not
like-
really a villain, but like his solo show on Disney Plus was pretty freaking awesome.
Are you saying like something like DC did with the Joker?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could do something like that. The only problem is that Sony's been doing that with like Venom, Morbius stuff, and it just sucks.
It is so
you would
bad.
have to have the right team behind it, and it would have to be like Peacemaker, where it's obscure characters where you can do whatever you want, or else it's like tied to a hero that you're never gonna see on screen.
Peacemaker was so funny.
It was, dude,
I
Judo
just
Master.
remember that, like, the second episode, I'm just like, it pans the camera and John Cena's just having sex with this girl and she throws him out of the fucking apartment building and he lands on a car.
He's
Like,
literally just in his underwear, just fighting this girl.
dude, that's
I love
hilarious.
When they have to like kill the huge grizzly bear that's just in the lab for no reason. It just he has a chainsaw or whatever.
Or like the finale when they go to like all the like where the aliens are and they like the giant bug like larva and it
And
just
then-
fucking explodes.
And I love how it's like, join me, Peacemaker, and John Cena's sitting there and he's like, no.
Did you
I
guys,
loved it.
what do you guys think about the that Cocaine Bear movie?
No.
If I was
Oh,
not in
no.
college, I'd watch it. I don't have time, but I'd 100% watch it because the newest trailer I saw for it actually looks hilarious.
And it's kind of crazy that's based off of a true story.
Well, yeah, but when they say inspired by, I mean, it's probably
Right,
just
yeah.
a bear ate some cocaine and sat around.
Probably it sat around was probably pretty energetic.
Probably
but
jumping up and
Yeah,
off
but
the
it's-
fucking trees.
Yeah, but it's not like it's jumping into an ambulance, killing police officers
Right.
and crap.
it's obvious, yeah, but like if they didn't have that, the movie would be boring as fuck.
Well, yeah.
So
Well, I mean, you think Spider-Man fights all these big villains every day? No. It's just
every once in a while,
Well,
there's
it gets a big villain.
Well, yeah, that's why they've only made 3 movies.
Yeah.
Tom
wonder
Holland
what
just signed
Spider-Man
on for a
movies?
4th one.
Well, he's signed on for 3 more, but they're writing the 4th one right now, and they're gonna be shooting by like the end of the year.
whoa. Get fact checked, Truman. Absolutely fact checked.
If
Canceled.
I'm just saying, if Zendaya doesn't remember him in this next movie, I'm never watching another Spider-Man movie ever again.
No. That's something I've seen. Apparently, Ned and MJ are supposed to be in the 4th one, but I really hope that's not true because imagine if they do this big thing like he's completely on his own, he's all by himself, he has to create his own identity, and then they just show up again and they remember everything. Like,
And
what
then
was the point?
And then Captain Marvel shows up out of nowhere.
Where is she though? Because she could solve a lot of issues.
Yeah, for real.
Decides not to.
She could have like single-handedly taken on Thanos, and she just said, "Nah."
I mean, she basically did, but yeah, I
No,
know what you mean in the
What?
first one.
Yeah, after the man wiped out half the universe,
Yeah,
she's like,
well, she
I
wasn't on
guess-
Earth
I
guess
guess
I'll come back
I'll step in.
with a fresh new cut.
Yeah, it's like I gotta go across the universe to get a new haircut, but I'll be right back. You guys deal with this guy.
I'm not watching the second Captain Marvel movie, which I think comes out this year, but apparently there's a huge musical scene in it. And
What?
so you're gonna have one of the strongest superheroes in the MCU, just like dancing around with all these alien creatures. I don't know what they're doing with these movies anymore, guys.
What?
I feel like that'd be
Yeah,
funny
they're
with like
running out of
Deadpool or
content.
something.
I
Like
mean,
Captain Marvel.
like it'd be funny with Guardians of the Galaxy, but yeah, when you have these super powered beings like this trying to save the entire universe, and they're just like on a planet where it's only musicals, like what are you guys doing? That's not gonna add anything.
Yeah,
I can say like, unlike like the new Marvel movies, I think the like new Star Wars shows that have been coming out have been good.
Like Andor.
Like, yeah, those have been really good. I've enjoyed them. I think there's also a lot more.
Okay.
I think there's a
hated
lot more lore, not
Obi-Wan.
lore in them.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Mandalorian season 3 comes out soon.
I'm
I know
so excited.
none of you guys have watched The Last of Us yet, but
It's HBO Max, isn't it?
yeah,
I think we are at my fraternity house. We have The Last of Us every Monday or Tuesday night. We watch it.
It looks good. Is it based off the first game or the second?
yeah,
game?
it's based off the first one. That's the entirety of
Thank
the first
God.
season. They confirmed a season 2, so that'll be about the second one. But the director said that in order to do the second game justice, they'd at least have to do 2 seasons. But they said that they really love the story, and so if you know what happens in the second one, they're still sticking with that. So
Oh.
Didn't they
Rip to
change?
my
They
man.
changed up the first season, so it's not like exactly to the game though. For some of the characters, though, didn't they?
yeah, but like this is one of the main characters. They're not gonna undo what happened in the game for it, because it's a big
Yeah.
theme for it to happen.
The dude
It
died.
It was so stupid. I remember I was watching. Truman already said it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say
All
this.
right.
Who was I watching? I think I was watching Markiplier play it, and I go to get popcorn for 1 second, come back, he's getting the fuck beat out of him, and then he's dead, like just like that. After he was a complete badass in the first game, it's like, what happened?
It's just so funny because he's like, my name's Joel, and everyone stops and they're like, this is the guy. This has to be the guy. How many Joels are there?
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Like every single time someone said their name is Joel, they're just shotgunning them in the kneecaps.
Yeah.
Come on.
I got a cousin named Joel.
Well,
You
Me
do?
too, actually.
you guys better tell him to watch out.
When season 2
Jacob's
comes
coming
out.
for kneecaps.
Yeah. They should make a GTA 5 TV series.
I'd watch
No.
it. That'd be funny.
No, it'd
I
just
think
be
it'd be
like
funny.
killing hookers every episode.
No, you just Lester. I feel like Lester would be a funny ass character.
It would just be like, but it'd just be like a fucking con show because that's basically what the game is.
If they made it
No.
super stylized, they could definitely do it correct.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't. I wouldn't be. I don't feel like it.
Yep.
They could have turned Red Dead Redemption 2 into a show, I think. But
The
they're
God damn
Go
it. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
no, okay. They're due to make another Red Dead Redemption game though, which
Oh
is
yeah, you said that. Yeah.
interesting because I don't know what they're gonna make it about. Because they said Arthur's gonna like be back in the game somehow. So I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Was that the guy from the first or second game?
The second.
Okay.
He
Arthur
died of
Morgan.
tuberculosis.
Yeah. I don't know. How do
just-
you guys feel about the God of War show? Because people are saying that they can really relate to the characters in The Last of Us because it's super grounded and it's something that we've all seen before. It's placed on Earth and stuff like this, and it's related to like zombies, and so everyone kind of follows it. So do you guys think that it's going to be jarring for like viewers to see Norse mythology and then Kratos killing a bunch of dudes with overly CGI doing it, or do you think it will be a massive success?
I think it's
I don't know.
cool.
Yeah, I think for like the general public though, I think a lot of people probably compared to like a show with characters you can relate to, you can't really relate to a dude that literally kills gods every day of the week.
I feel like
But-
if they don't
Well, what-
censor it, they do the
what-
gore really well, and
Yeah.
they cast the right guy for Kratos. I feel like they could
It's
really succeed, but I feel like it'd be more challenging.
it's got to be the guy who plays Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was just thinking that, yeah, but I feel like he might be too short because his head and everything. I feel like he just doesn't look like Kratos. His
I
body
also think
does.
I don't think he has the voice either for it.
Plus, he's super old. He's like in his 50s too, and he said he's done with Drax because he can't keep the physique up either.
Yeah.
Well, what game are they basing it off of? The latest one?
Yeah, the fourth one. So not Ragnarok, but yeah, the fourth one.
Oh, so not the newest one. The second to newest one.
Well, yeah, because why would they start with Ragnarok? You know, because they haven't built up Atreus or anything like that.
Yeah. I think there's some relatabilities, but I mean,
Please
you get to
tell.
see the character
I saw
present of Kratos going from an absolute badass to actually having to force himself to be a father.
Yeah, I mean, when you work with, I feel like that's the thing now. Like, you look at Sonic, you look at Mandalorian, you look at The Last of Us, like all of these trips. You look at all these trips where it's like one mentor and one kid. It really works well, and that's basically what God of War is, where it's all these like teaching moments and them learning from each other. And so, yeah, I feel like again they have to nail the dialogue, but they have all the right tools to make it a really good show.
Yeah, but I think that Kratos should fight Thor. Thor should come over from the MCU. I just want Kratos to mop the absolute fucking floor with Thor, and then the MCU is just done.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. He could definitely go toe to toe with MCU Thor. But did you guys actually know that the writers of God of War Ragnarok were originally gonna have Kratos die to Thor, and then there's gonna be a 20-year time jump, and Atreus was gonna rescue Kratos from hell and bring him back to life.
That would have been
Really?
sick.
Yeah,
That would have been
crazy
crazy.
stuff. But I like what they did now because I don't know if they're gonna age Atreus up when they do an Atreus game, but I like that we saw more of Kid Atreus and like him being just like mischievous and stuff because now we have the extra like 20 years of character development we can do instead of skipping all that.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for tuning in to episode 8 of the Dawg Podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below your favorite childhood video game.
You guys are losers.